let's just go and fight the boss then.
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, all of your original stats have been replenished, so Davar, you go back to 23.
I've already done that.
Yes, can you remind me you all what your stats are? HPs?
43.
23. 30.
Ross is 44.
24, I said.
Oh, 24.
You were not hit even once, Fetus Taster, unsurprisingly. Right. All right, you maggots. Let's go face the final boss. But as soon as she says that, there is a swarm of new enemies just coming out from every direction. There are like 20, 30, 40, 50 of them. And the Queen Bee says, damn. Okay, you guys go on ahead. I'll take care of these guys. And, in the very brief moment I got to know you, I really started to like you. In the 5 minutes it took to get to know you, you are reliable. You are too reliable to be used as bait. So, go on, get started with the Dr. Agaby. I'll take care of all these guys all by my own. She clenches his fists. And while she was having this moving conversation, you guys have already moved on to the next room because you're very rude.
Okay, nice knowing you!
Well, I am a duck.
If you survive, you'll have an interview.
Actually, you can hear the sounds of battle and the screams of pain, misery, and death that are not from her. So, I think she's doing fine.
Yes, I think she'll be...
Right, so you get to the next room, which is conveniently already the final boss room, because this freaking ship is a design nightmare. And you see Dr. Agaby boarding up his giant bee-themed robot, which is called the Mecha Bee. Yes, there is a giant robot fight, because why not?
I can't believe it.
Boo.
Oh, Ross, behave yourself.
Hey, are you all doing bee puns? I'll warn you, I have copyright rights on those ones. You have to pay me in advance. Anyway, I'm going to kill you all if you don't mind. It doesn't matter if you don't mind, I'll kill you anyway.
Casket birthplace collision duel.
I don't know what you said, but I feel vaguely insulted. Okay, so battle starts.
My viewers, this is what cognitive dissonance brings in people.
Okay, so
See you soon.
Okay, so this round is survive. Simply survive. Okay, so the Mecha Bee actually starts off before even the battle proper starts. Does a jump, a double pirouette, looking very impressive. Lands on the ceiling upside down, and then he just torpedoes down on all of you. Roll evasion.
18.
That's good.
12.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
4. And I use the digital dice.
You use what?
Digital dice.
Can you repeat that?
Use digital dice.
Okay. Okay, so everybody aside from Alice, who was too worried recording her latest vlog, jump out of the way. You take the full brunt of the assault, which is 10 HPs.
How much HP does Alice have again?
30.
30. It's a good thing she was not Davar or Ross.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're 20. Okay.
That's decent.
So basically, this is not even a real fight for now. This is just not even a turn-based thing. This is just survive for an inordinate amount of time. So this is a special feature before the real boss battle because I don't have the time to do a proper round.
Right.
Right, so again, you try as soon as you try to recollect the machine, the Mecha Bee, Dr. Mecha Bee says, take take the fury of my beehive missiles and whatnot. I'm working on the spans for my movie, yes. He just starts typing all the buttons on his bloody machine, and missiles just explode from every pore and everywhere. And again, roll evasion, guys.
Question, how big is the Swedish furniture I have?
It's pretty big.
Can I use that to increase my chances?
You want to eat it?
No, I was going to basically build the furniture to
Oh, no, the furniture is already built. It's ugly, and it's impractical, but it's already built.
Okay, can I hide behind it in order to...
It is not big enough to cover you from missiles!
Alright, fine, I was hoping that...
And by the way, all the items you have are meant to be eaten.
Oh, okay.
If you recall.
Yeah.
I'm actually disappointed you haven't eaten anything yet.
It's all the
things I was looking forward the most, honestly.
Well, I haven't decided to, I didn't see any reason to eat any of them yet.
Well, everybody, roll evasion again.
15.
Well,
15.
11.
Okay, you all avoid it this time. You're lucky that the Maccabee has low accuracy. Damn, you managed to avoid all my missiles! That is totally bogus! What's the deal with reflexes? I mean, what are they good for? Just make you fight longer, that's all.
for a proper dual neurotic whip attacker.
Okay, so one last roll from you guys, one last evasion roll. The robot just starts running towards you, just running in a very goofy, nerdy run, like hop, 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 hop. Just running towards you.
16.
12.
I think I got 11 again.
13.
You all jump out of the way, looking various degrees of cool. The robot smashes himself towards the wall. I'm going to do a completely different roll now, for no particular reason.
Oh, I'm sure there's no reason whatsoever.
Oh, that is definitely good enough. So, it's been approximately 1 minute and 50 seconds in game time.
Yeah.
So, you see the wall exploding, and you see the queen bee holding, covered in blood that's not hers, holding some severed arms and various limbs as trophies, fashioning, in the process of fashioning a mantle made of internal organs. And she looks very impressive, and looks at all of you. So, you guys survived so far. She looks at the giant Akabe. She's not pleased at all. Dr. Agabe looks at her and says, uh-oh. So, with that impressive roll she made, the queen bee just launches herself towards the robot and does a Goku to Piccolo thing. Essentially, she just goes through the robot and exits on the other side. Very fast. So, the robot explodes, and Dr. Agabe is defenseless, and he's very much on his knees. It's not dissimilar from when Dr. Wily is defeated, essentially.
I knew that's what you were going for.
And Shilu, and okay, so everybody look impressed.
Whoa.
Oh.
You couldn't tell if Fetus Taster looked impressed, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. Say something impressive then.
Will do. Elevation on moth cultish pain crime.
That'll do, Fetus. That'll do. Okay, so the doctor is on his knees, and he looks like he's about to cry. No, how could you destroy my thing? It was too awesome, man. This is not good. This is not good. The queen bee, how could you? You just killed your big brother. The queen bee just gets serious and goes on his face and says, "Stop it. Just stop it. Stop this nonsense. Why? Why do you insist in doing all this? This will not bring her back. Just let her go, Agabe." And Agabe just drops the silly voice and the facade for a second and just speaks normally. "I will never do that." The queen bee just sighs in the just she's internally giving up on him. She had a sliver of hope, and but it's gone. We're way past the point of no return in that regard. Okay, so the doctor just resumes his silly voice. You will come back to me whether you like it or not. So everybody, roll perception now.
Perception.
18.
13.
Ooh. 20.
Oh my god. Okay, so everybody aside from Fetus Taster was too busy doing evil things, no doubt. Notice that this room does not look like any regular room. There are various small windows all around it. And since, Alice, since you roll a 20, first of all, give yourself a proficiency point. You are at 19. Okay? Are you there?
Oh, what?
Give yourself
Yes.
a proficiency point.
You rolled a 20, so give yourself a proficiency point.
Okay.
So, since you already had an advantage in perception, with the magnificent 20, your eyes are able to see through time and space, and they are able to understand the true meaning of the universe, which is Hugbees, for some reason. Anyway, you see through the windows, and you notice with your eagle eye that behind those tiny windows there are hundreds, if not thousands, of just little bee houses, the kind of houses that are used to farm and breed bees, to cultivate honey. And there are so many of them. You also notice that these bees don't really look much like bees. They act like bees. They do bee stuff. But they are more lean. Their feature is more lean. Kind of like a wasp. Which is suspicious. So, you're able to see all that. In fact, you're able to see them so well, you suddenly come to the realization that these indeed are not regular bees. In fact, they are genetically modified bees.
Not the killer bees.
Well, since you are free to ask. I mean, the guy responsible for that is right in front of you.
Yeah.
So again, you're free. You can ask Alice, Matty, whatever.
Ask what exactly?
You can say those are. Wait a minute, those are not regular bees. What are they? I know you did something.
Human-like blindfold elite birthday dead haywire.
Genetically altered. What did you exactly do?
Oh, you've noticed. Yes, those indeed are my superior breed of bees. I basically took bees and gave them, and I fused them with the DNA of wasps. It's genius. It's science. Now they are almighty bees with all the strength of the wasps and all the strength of bees and no weaknesses. It's my ultimate and greatest creation, the bees who are like wasps but are really bees. And as soon as now come, my children, it's time for you to become one with your creator. So the little windows open and hundreds, thousands of wasp bees, bugs, they come out of the woodwork, of the little window, and they actually start to form a giant suit of bee armor around the doctor. And they also form 3 separated entities, bee-men, all around the doctor. It's a bee-calopolypse. It's a bee-themed apocalypse. So the doctor has a bee armor.
Okay, Fetus goes in there, goes into the place that the bees came from and consumes all of their larvae.
Okay, I'm not sure if I will allow that to you. Especially since combat has not started yet, okay? So,
while he's forming, he's like,
no, I'm sorry, but it has already happened. It's a cutscene.
Okay.
I cannot. I mean, come on, cut
It's
me
not
some
like
slack.
it has any bearing on.
You know what? You can try that once we start combat, and if you roll 20, then anything can happen. But that's definitely a 20 worthy roll. Anyway, so this is happening. The guy is surrounded by bees. They are his armor, and there are 3 men made of bees, just ready to act as bodyguards. And this is the final boss. Ready to face the wrath of the bees. The bees that are my bees, because I made the bees, even though they're kind of like wasps. And we're going to are going to use your organs and turn them into extras for special effects for my movie about bees, which is titled Movie About Bees. It's a working title, you see. Anyway, so...
A deadly bee weapon. Bees. My god.
Okay. Yeah, actually, Be My God, again, is the name of the spaceship. I said that before. But anyway, so this is what's happening right now. Okay, before the fight starts, you get, again, leveling up. You can either choose in between 2 proficiency points or 3 points of stamina. You'll need them.
I'll take the 2 in PP.
Okay, and that might be... Yes, that is pretty much enough to get to your first upgrade. Which is, read it to us.
Spit
I
everything.
can't get to...
Wait, hold on. Which is?
Spit everything. User can chew her food so expertly she can turn it into bullets to shoot at random towards long-distance targets.
Yes. By the way, you still get the effect, whatever that might be, of the food you're eating.
Right.
Anyway, so that is Valistor. What about you, Danton?
I'm gonna go for the 2 PP.
Okay, PP for everybody.
Yes.
Okay, 2 PP, which brings you to 16.
Yes.
Okay, Fetus?
I don't know if it's worth taking the PP because I can't possibly get to my second ability.
Well, if you get a couple of 20s, maybe it's possible, but it's your choice.
I mean, with my luck, I haven't rolled above a 12 tonight.
You haven't rolled all that much, all things considered.
Also, I think Matti has the worse luck than you, Ross.
But you've mostly been using wild magic, in fact.
Because you told me to.
Yes, of course I did.
I'll take the 3 hit points.
Okay, that brings you to 25, 26, and 27. Good. Now, Matti, what do you choose?
Is the damage I suffered before still on me?
Oh, no, you're being cured.
Okay, then I'm going to take the 2 PPs as well, and I unlock a new ability.
Which is?
I kick ass for the Lord, empowered by...
Okay.
Empowered by divine righteousness, you unleash a flurry of blows to damage your target like the white Christian woman version of Kenshiro.
Ken Shamrock?
No, Kenshiro.
Kenshiro.
Oh, Kenshiro.
Who's that?
The guy from Fist of the North Star.
Yes, I know Kenshiro now. It's just...
Okay, combat is starting, and the Queen Bee is going to take part on this momentarily. Okay. So the Queen Bee, unsurprisingly, she's starting first. She has the highest proficiency points. Shock, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so she looks at Agabe. All right, Dr. Agabe. This ends here, and right now. She's going to go up and punch Agabe's shield. And she's going to roll a... that's not very good. Surprisingly. Okay, so she punches the guy relatively hard, but let's just say that the shield, the armor of this is there for a reason. So so Agabi only takes 5 damage. Honestly, it's 5 damage because the Queen Bee is very strong. Otherwise, it would be with that roll, it would be much less. So, damn, he's using bees as a shield. I would have never guessed. Hey guys, did you notice he's using bees as a shield? I think it's important to note that up.
Yeah, I noticed. You don't have to say.
Okay, so Tamar, actually, you look at the battlefield. You look at the suspicious bee man, which I remind you, it's just an accumulation of bees forming anthropomorphic figures.
Yes.
And you notice that your hand seems to be vibrating intensely, just at their presence. You wonder why that's the case.
Good question.
It's like you feel like it wants to go at them, like as if just wants to get to them in some way.
Yes. So I guess that means that I should go close by to them to see what the hand wants.
The hand can move on its own, if you want.
Yes, I guess I would have to fire my hand out towards it then.
Okay, you do that. You roll for that.
Alright, so 12.
12. Okay, it's definitely enough. They are hit for your damage is. They are hit for 3 points of damage, which is 27. What's that noise in the background? Who's doing what?
It's me.
What are you doing?
There's a book in my hand that I was looking at.
Could you please? Anyway, that was your turn.
Yeah, I had something else in mind, but you just made me do this.
Yeah, let's see. We'll wait for next turn.
Right.
I did not make you do anything. I gave you a hint that you interpreted however you wanted.
Yes, I know.
Anyway, so next up is most definitely Matti.
Okay, so did Devor's attack damage the shield or just the shield or the guy?
What?
Did my attack affect the shield or the guy? He's asking.
No, you just attacked one of the B-men, specifically B-man 1.
Oh, there are multiple.
There are like a 3 B-men, as I told you. Oh, other than the boss. Defeating the boss will repel the B-man too. This is just something that I'm telling you. But there might be something nice coming out of taking care of the B-man. Just it's your choice. Let's go on, Matti. Do your thing.
So the boss is protected by a B-man.
No, the boss is protected by an armor made of bees, separately from the B-man.
Well, I'm going to use on the boss the best-selling shuriken ability.
Okay then. So you can describe it to us.
You can throw up until 3 copies of your own personal autographed motivational book at your enemy target. It lowers the target's hit rate.
Okay, this is very funny. You're basically throwing 3 copies of your best-selling book to the boss. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. They actually take 1 damage each, but roll for them.
12.
Okay. It's not good enough for the boss. So only 3 damage.
Only 3 damage?
Yeah.
I
in
didn't
total.
throw them all.
Only 1.
Yeah, only 1.
You can throw them. You can throw them all. There is no reason to not do that. They do not. You're basically consuming stamina to only throw 1 book, when you can throw all of them at the same cost.
Oh, there's no mention about stamina cost.
You're right, but what if you throw only 1 book, it's 1 damage and nothing more.
Well, okay, I throw all 3 of them.
Okay, in that case, it's 3 damage, which is good, I guess.
Here's some life lessons to you.
Dr. Agabe does not look impressed, although you cannot even tell how he looks because he's surrounded by bees! Not the bees! Okay. So then,
While waiting your turn, you should read them.
Okay, so that was your turn, Alice. It's time for... Oh boy.
Fetus Taster.
Okay, now actually, yes, still Fetus. You and Dimitri have the same amount of PP as of now, but let's go with Fetus first.
Okay. So, Fetus Taster is going to attempt to get to the larva.
When you say larva, what do you mean? What exactly are you trying
Okay, so you said that they were in, like, little bee houses, like hive things, right?
Yeah, but they are on the other side of the wall. They passed through little windows. They are not. You cannot reach them from them.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. Because of an ability.
Why would you do that? All the bees are here. There are no longer any bees anywhere else.
He's asking for the lava, dude, as in the fetuses.
I can go through there with my fog of evil.
You can most certainly do that. Okay, so do me a favor, just move. This is great. This is your action move. You use your action move to move through the wall. You will use your fog of evil to move into the walls, and that will be your entire turn.
Correct.
Okay, so you do that. You use your fog of evil to do that and break the game. Okay, yeah. No, I actually hope for this. Okay, so you do that and stamina cost, please.
Yes, it cost me 3, so I'm at 24.
Good. You whatever you want to do will have to wait 1 turn. Oh boy. Okay, Dimitri.
Willow, Lumley, Blockade, Desperate, Extract, anything!
That sounded a bit more coherent than it is usually.
Yeah.
Well, I either have a sleep move, a healing move, or a rocket launcher, so... I'm gonna try and... bore the boss to death with Scourge of 7.5-star Oceans again.
Okay, you approach the boss, is looking at you expectantly with its bee arms crossed, which are his armor. It's like he's piloting a robot made of bees, which is a bit redundant, come to think of it. And he says, well... Okay, roleplay.
And then I've rolled an 18, so...
roleplay the thing. Also, take your stamina cost.
Alright, I'll roleplay it first.
What was your stamina cost? 3, right?
Sorry guys, but I have to go
2.
to the bathroom at this point.
2,
I'll be
okay.
right back.
Okay,
Right,
Batty.
so... Okay, it's going to be back.
So, I just look at him and Dimitri goes, you know what? This reminds me of a story I once had. it basically happened a long time ago. In a sea far away. On a far plane of nothingness. There was a bunch of stars and stuff, and there's something to do with bees involved, but that's not a very important part of the story. And he kind of keeps going on a tangent about...
Oh my god, you are so boring! Actually, it has a strange effect, because some of the bees, specifically the ones covering his face, just fall down asleep, and now his face is exposed. Momentarily, though.
Suffocate him.
What? No random words? Okay, so
I have to do all the bad.
Okay, yes, she is currently in the process of doing all the bad. Right, so, that was your turn, Danton, and I guess now it's Dr. Agaby, whom should have really gone first, or second, after the Queen Bee. So he says, alright, time to end this nonsense, but before I do just that, he activates a button that he had just happens to have on his wristwatch.
Yeah.
And an holographic projection of a big, juicy, delicious flower appears in front of the Queen Bee. The Queen Bee looks at it, tries to fight the instincts that have been implanted in her. She cannot do that. The Queen Bee will be distracted until the holographic image is repelled. But rejoice, that was his turn, so he doesn't destroy you yet. But next turn, oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually the Bee-Man turns. The Bee-Man move very slowly towards your general position. They're all swarming. Yeah, he's back. They're all going to try and overwhelm the Bar's character, Valistor, because she's the one who attacked them first.
Oh dear.
So, but, you know, they are very slow, so by the time they get to you, they have consumed their entire turn, so they will do something next turn. This is just the preparation turn, really, to make things easier.
Right.
And faster. Okay, so now it is...
What did I miss?
Not much. Now, since Dr. Agaby is supposed to go first because of a mistake I made earlier, the next turn is going to start with him. Unfortunately for you. So he looks at all of you and says, "All right, time for all of you to behave. Get it? I'm funny. I'm a comedian." So okay. So he's going to shoot. So he's going to target, let me think, the subtlety who does all the bad is out of reach, obviously.
That's right.
She's doing all the bad in another room. I wonder if you guys noticed that she left.
Yes. Well.
So he's going to target Alice, because he doesn't really like televangelists. So he's going to use the bee punch, which is literally a punch made of bees, thrown towards her general direction. And he's going to let's see. It's an average roll, but it definitely hits. It hits for 6 damage. Yikes. Okay, you take 6 damage, Alice.
Yeah.
Which brings you to... You are 30, and it brings you to... Yes, so you've been damaged. Ouchie! Oh, you got bees on your face, not the bees, etc. Okay, so that was it.
Bees on my face.
Yes. Well, actually, they are not in your face. They are invading your cloud space. You have bees inside your cloud. Just flying around your face. Just you. Oh god! Oh my gosh! No! Get him away! Get him away! You're like trying to get him out of the cloud space, which is very difficult.
Is that how the cloud reacted?
The cloud is starting to buzzing with the sound of bees. So that depends.
Sentient cloud doesn't react to anyway.
Look, it reacts however you want it to react.
Oh, so I control it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's all role-playing, though. This is just for flavor. This is not your turn yet.
Oh, I thought it was an NPC that you control.
No, I control the Valistor's hand. Okay, speaking of Valistor, it's your turn. You are surrounded by B-Men. You are very popular with the guys.
Okay, so can I escape in any way from this?
Yes, you can consume one action movement and get yourself from a fair distance.
Right. Question. Can I eat and attack at the same turn?
You know what? You can do that, but you've already moved, so I cannot allow that.
Okay.
I can only allow you one other action.
Well, I'm gonna. Okay, so I'll move and then use my. Actually, I'll see if my tentacle hand job can constrict one of the bee-men.
They are made of bees.
Alright, I get
have
you.
a physical. That might not work. You would have to roll ridiculously high to succeed.
Okay, then
It's just very impractical.
I'll just attack like normal from the mid.
Yeah, your hand is still vibrating intensely, but it's like it wants to do something.
Huh. What are you wanting to do?
Okay, why don't you roll for perception?
Okay. 19.
Oh, that's very good. You realize that your hand has not stolen anything yet, and for some reason it really wants to go at those B-men, which baffles you because they don't seem to have pockets of any sort.
Huh. Okay.
But it will. So what do you do?
Well, I've already moved. Can I pickpocket from a distance?
You can steal everything is controlled by the DM, so the DM decides who gets to be stolen from. You can decide if you want to do it though.
So, because I assumed when you gave me this ability, the alien pickpocket ability, is that I thought that, yeah.
If you recall your move list, it says that the DM controls this move.
Yeah, that's
right?
That's why I thought that at random point you would basically dictate.
I thought I would do that, but there is no challenge in that. Sometimes you need to figure out things.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, so I'll just use the alien pickpocket on one of them then.
You can steal everything as being officially activated.
Yeah.
Right, so the hand just goes at the B-man, and he goes for let me think. I'm going to roll for that. He goes at B-man number 3. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, I'm going to have to roll for that though. Let's see if it... Yes, it's good enough. So you, inexplicably and surprisingly, you stole an item from the B-man.
Huh? What is it?
It's a nice tube of radioactive honey mustard.
Radioactive mustard?
Honey mustard.
Radioactive honey mustard. You've taken the worst of the 3 available items.
Huh. Okay.
So it's your call. What can you do with that? Remember, there are consequences.
Yes, I know.
Mostly funny consequences.
Yes, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, so that is Valistor's turn. Next up, it's Alice.
So, I had written on my backstory about certain abilities of the cloud, but they're not as abilities on the list you gave me. Can I?
No, there is a passive because you can actually because you have an advantage in perception, but otherwise I really couldn't think of anything to do with the cloud.
Okay.
It wasn't. Okay, but you can come up with something. It will be a charisma roll, though.
Okay, well, I try to activate the cloud's sparkles and try to make the bees that are surrounding it blind.
That's what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a roll.
13.
Yeah, you succeed. They are blind and they cannot sting you in upcoming turns.
Oh.
Speaking of which, that's your whole turn. You guys better start attack soon. Well, speaking of which, Fetus Taster, are you doing all the bed?
Oh yes, I'm going to eat some fetuses. Or at least some larvae.
Okay, you're going to have to roll for that.
Sure. 16.
You succeed in doing whatever it is you're doing. You eat all the larvae. Okay, you have eaten all of the baby larvae.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Can I do that as a move action so I can throw wild magic into the room too?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I mean that's definitely an action. So,
Okay.
I don't know what you get from eating all the larvae, honestly. We'll see about that. I will have to improvise.
Or you could be like, hey, maybe you get enough power for PP to get your next ability, so it could be used in this fight. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So,
Otherwise, it will never happen. Literally,
it can happen in the next campaign. I did not. It was an option because the move I gave you is extremely dangerous for a good reason. I know you want to use it because
because you put extremely dangerous on there. Of course, I want to use it.
Okay. You gave
me a big red button. Like, now don't press this button.
I'm in the same boat as you, Ross.
Okay, so. Okay, you know what? Let's compromise. You rolled a 16.
Yes.
If you roll another number above 15, I'll give you 4 additional proficiency points.
So are you acting or right now?
Right now.
Okay, let's see. Sadly, no. It's not to be.
You know what? They are still in your body. You can try this, and you can try this again next turn. You can, either you roll 2 numbers above 15, or you roll a number above 18.
Dude, you haven't gamed enough with me to know that rolling above a 15 is a really tall order for me.
Look, it's a really tall order for you to just ditch the boss battle and eat larvae. So you just meet me halfway, please. I'm trying my best. It's my first time DMing. Okay, so
okay, well, I have to move, so I'm going to move back towards the wall.
You do that. Meanwhile, Dimitri.
Well,
the doctor's face is exposed. What you gonna do?
I've only got one option, and that's to point my mini rocket launcher peg leg at him.
That seems like a great decision. That will in no way backfire.
20!
Again?
Yes!
With a
Are
rocket?
you freaking kidding me? You got 1 proficiency point. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'll let you describe what happens. Just go crazy. Go nuts.
Well,
first you have to decide whether it's actually going to do enough damage to kill him or something, because that definitely is described very differently.
You know, you hit his face. That's an exceptional amount. Okay, but his weapon has a fixed level of damage, and the quote-unquote explosion. The rocket launcher is actually a toy. It's literally a broken toy that he fashioned as a rocket launcher peg leg. But regardless, this is a natural 20, so first of all, Danton, describe me. What is it that happens? And anything can happen because you rolled a 20, so go nuts.
Well, I'm gonna go full Disgaea on this and, describe something absolutely insane, where he just goes, "Come on, Sam, let's do this! Yeah!" And then they jump, and they suddenly get onto a ship, because it suddenly appears, and they point all their cannons towards his face, and they all fire all at once.
What? Hold on! Is that a giant flying pirate ship I'm seeing right now?
But
that is a great special effects for my movie.
But they're firing exploding custard pies, that just giant explosions everywhere.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what? You're a cyborg. Among your description, you're also other than being a duck, a cyborg, and a pirate, you're also a magical zombie. Yep. So okay, you're all the 20. So what the hell? It's your super vessel that you just with the power of your willpower, mind, and duck quack quack. You just summoned and just came through, busting through the doors, and you mount it and you shoot at him with all you've got, and the guy takes. I guess, 30 damage.
13?
Because 30 damage. Because his face,
3-0.
His face was exposed. It doesn't even have the freaking armor to defend himself. You just cave him his freaking face. Poor guy takes 30 damage. Is howling in pain. So,
wow.
So I think he's obviously operating by heavy Disgaea logic here, like Lahoro can drop the moon.
Yes.
6 seconds.
He is not done, but he lost 30 HP, so that's good. That's definitely good. Oh, you bastard! And by the way,
yes.
By the way, since you looked so cool doing this, there is a window that faces on the cosmos above you, and a meteor shower just happens to show up above you, and the light it generates, it's just right enough. It's just right to make your form shine and your shadow become large and large, and you look like a giant in a battlefield of giants, among giants. You look like the hero of legends that you've always told others you were. Everybody's impressed. Even
broken factual, mistaking curiosity is American heroic.
That says it all. Even the queen bee was able to get momentarily distracted to see the spectacle before resuming to watching the holographic flower.
Awesome.
That was pretty damn good, and I am proud of you. Okay, so far you are the MVP in this game, Danton.
Yes, he is.
Okay, so that's good for you, and that is your turn. And now it's turn for the Bee-Man, which they move very slowly towards. Okay, one Bee-Man number 1 moves towards Valistor, and it attacks her for. Let's see how much. Oh, he misses wildly.
Oh.
He's just like, yeah. And you're not even trying to dodge it. The guy's just drunk.
Yeah, Valistor just shrugs her shoulders, going like, "What? Can't you hit me or anything? I'm just floating here."
And okay, the end goes up. Ha, me matey, this be a very lazy bee. I'm clever. Okay, so Bee-Man number 2 moves in to try and moves actually very slowly towards Alice. He takes his entire turn to reach you. B-Man number 3 will try to somehow reach Dimitri, which is still aboard his flying ship. So the B-Man actually is going to fly up there. The bees composing him generate a swarm, and then the swarm recomposes itself into an anthropomorphic being atop the bridge of your mighty vessel of piratey goodness. Quack quack. So you're going to have an epic fight with this guy on the bridge of your ship, essentially.
Oh, wow, this is going straight skies of Arcadia.
Oh, yay! I love it.
When you roll a 20, anything can happen. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to see one of those.
Okay, you know what? You have to say it, and then if you roll a 20, you can make it happen. Now, it's time, once again, for Dr. Agabe. His face is bleeding, his glasses are broken, and his perfect stand-up comedian comb is ruined. How could you do this to me? I'll sue you for everything you got and all, and I'll also kill you in no particular order. So at this point in time, he's going to try to actually blow up your mighty vessel of fine piratey plundery and whatnot. And he is going to use... Oh yeah. He will use the Sting of Justice to try and hit you atop the boat.
Alright.
Now, what does the Sting of Justice do again? Let me check real quickly. The Sting of Justice is yeah. Actually, it does not work. Actually, it's an underground attack. Never mind. He does. In that case, he does the Rolling Hive attack. The Rolling Hive attack. Basically, it forms into a gigantic boulder made of bees and rolls around the room and attacks everybody.
Oh yeah.
That's what it does. So let me. I don't need to roll. You all take 4 damage.
Okay, so.
Alright.
2. That's
All of
about 19 then. Yeah, all of us.
37.
19. 19. Who is at 37?
That was me.
Okay. 37. And Fetus Taster is in the other room, so she does not get damage. But Matti is at
20.
20. Okay. Alright, so that was his turn. Okay, he looks really pissed off now. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to charge up my super mega ultimate attack and kill you all in one fell swoop. You better get ready, because this will take arbitrarily 1 whole turn to be prepared for. So, okay, so he's going to unleash his ultimate attack next turn, so be wary of that.
Right.
I will beware the bee attack.
Yes, beware of the bee attack.
What is the current status of the queen bee?
The queen bee is distracted by the juicy holographic flower bee that she cannot get because it's a hologram. Like I said, this is a bonus. If you can somehow manage to repel the holographic effect, the queen bee will be able to join you back in the fight. Right, so whose turn is this now? It's Valistor.
Right then. Let's see. I can either try and steal something else from them, or
You are free to try. Or you.
Yeah. What are you about to say?
Yes, or you can use the item you already have. It's your choice.
It's just you said it was the worst of the 3. So.
Well, when I say the word, the other ones are, there is a drawback no matter what item you get, but you still get their effect. For example, if you choose to use this as your, you can spit everything.
Yeah.
then something cool might happen. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I might go with that. Can I eat multiple things at once, or only one of them?
No, only one. Otherwise, it would be completely broken. So, how much was in stamina cost?
About 2, I believe, for the spitting everything.
Okay, I'm trusting you with that.
Right.
Yes, so you can spit everything. So you eat a mouthful full of radioactive honey mustard.
Yeah, I'll go with the radioactive mustard. It was either that or the tacky goth dress.
Oh, choose whatever you want. Choose whatever you want.
Yeah, you know what? Let's see what the tacky goth dress catalog gives me.
Okay, so you eat the tacky, gross, dress wear golf catalog for the nearest Gothnic base dress wear store, and yeah, you spit everything, right?
Yeah, I spit.
You start spitting awful articles of clothing at every target in the room. It's an awful looking Lolita Goth style gown. It's stockings. It's a foundation, literally just foundation. It's all really awful, and you spit it everywhere. And
that doesn't do any damage, does it?
What was the damage that the thing did, by the way?
Let's see. It says you put down here it does 3 damage, but critical will be a 6.
Yeah, you have to roll for that then.
All right then.
To see if you get a critical, that is.
19.
You definitely get a critical attack.
Oh, that's good.
No, the critical attack is in between. Is typically above 15.
Oh, okay then.
So everybody gets a damage. Well, a damage of 6. Well, the B-man. Let's see. This one is 24. This one is 24. This one is 5, 4, 3, 2, 21. As for Agabi, he only gets 1. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, that is your turn. Fantastic. Now, Alice, do something, anything.
Okay, what's the distance between me and Huckabee?
One movement action worth. You can easily reach him.
Well, I shall kick ass for the Lord!
Oh yeah! Okay, so can you read me how much damage does it do?
10.
Okay, so it does 10 damage.
No,
but
it's not the critical.
No, 10 damage is fixed. However, you must sacrifice 5 HP points.
Yeah, but I have to do something.
So, will you describe the attack for us?
Was it Unleash Flurry of Blows? Well, I guess by kicking the head and then kind of a spin and another kick on the head, and then I punch couple of strike to the stomachs, and with the one dragon punch strike the
okay.
jaw.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to roll.
6.
Okay, so normal damage is 10. I was having you to roll if you were able to do a since the guy has an armor, I was going to see if you could roll for a full 10 damage. You rolled a 6, which is technically not a failure in this system. However, you get penalized, so you damage him for 5 instead of 10. And you also hurt your hand because you get stung by the bees that are composing his armors. So you take 2 additional damages. You're not looking so great.
Yeah. Can I move at all during this turn?
You already moved.
Ah, okay.
You are just now. You're stuck there. Dimitri,
what about
the guy?
Fetus Taster?
Someone save me!
The guy is about to unleash his ultimate attack, which you don't know what he can do, but some of your companions are starting to be a bit wounded. So, what to do?
Well, Fetus Taster, it went to her go next.
Alright, Fetus Taster, what are you doing, Fetus Taster?
Fetus Taster is first using her fog effect to get back into the room.
Yes, we'll say that's... Okay, you know what? What was it again?
It's a 3 stamina.
Okay, so, what was your what was your number?
That puts me at 21 now.
21. You know what? That'll count as a movement action. Okay, you can still do an action. Speaking of which, do you want to roll to see if you get that special super bonus?
5. No.
Okay, roll again.
5. No.
I am so sorry.
This dice does not want you to have
Okay,
your...
you know what? You know what, Ross? I'll allow one additional action because we're all here to have fun. Come on.
Okay, so then I'm going to use, if I have 2 actions, I'm going to use...
Now you have one action. Only, well, the dice that I made you roll, they really don't count as an action because they let's say they count as something that's happening inside of you that you're not controlling directly. So it's not a direct action. That's how I justify
it. So my passive abilities do not need to be activated to be in effect.
Your passive abilities, again, are... No, your passive abilities are passive for a reason.
Okay, so I don't have to activate I Can't Even. It's just something that, I don't have... It doesn't consume an action to use I Can't Even.
Okay, here's the thing. Consuming an item is an action. Okay. The passive is about the fact that you get advantage by doing specific advantages by doing something like that. Okay. Into accuracy, to be more specific.
Right. Then so I guess I will try Wild Magic on the Boss B guy.
Dr. Hagaby. Sure, roll.
I mean, that's about the most potentially useful thing I can do because Fetus Taster was like, no damage potential. 226.
Oh, this seems good. Let's see what it does. 226 to 120. The target is haunted by disembodied studio audience reaction sounds. Again, he hates the televangelist, so that is his greatest nightmare. Okay, I'm going to summon my greatest ultimate attack in the next turn. And then all of a sudden you hear a boo coming from somewhere. Who's booing me? Show yourself! And then a laugh track. Ha 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 ha. Something along those lines. Stop laughing at me, whoever you are! Are you laughing at me? Are you laughing at me, B-Man? He looks at the B-Man.
Oh my god, he might use his ultimate attack on the studio audience.
Since he's on a frenzy, he actually ends up... okay, he's actually going to use his ultimate attack on everybody in the room, including the B-Man, when his time comes. I'm going to kill everyone so nobody can ever laugh at my genius! And the audience, inexplicably the audience goes, oh? Oh! What? Stop booing at me! I'm not declaring my eternal love to anybody yet! This thing is broken! Okay, that is something that happened. Awesome, I love it. Okay. That was your turn.
And then Fetus Taster says, Dynasty Ambulatory St. Eastor's Evidence.
Laughs. Okay, like I said before, Dimitri, the ultimate attack coming next turn. Not looking so good. Stamina wise.
Does my healing ability heal one target or everyone?
Oh, it heals everybody except you.
Yes, except me. I know that. So I'm going to use that because Alice is not looking so good. So I'm going to use Bubble, Bobble, Blabble.
Describe it.
Your stupid, dumb, Auschclownist bubbles can heal wounds to targeted members of your party, except you.
Yes, more or less. You need to take 5 stamina cost.
Yes.
Which brings you to
32.
32. Everyone else, you gain 10 HP.
Okay, I'm back at maximum.
Okay, let me see here. So, does that mean I'm back at maximum of 23?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't go beyond that. Okay.
And Alice.
Yeah, I'm now at
HP.
23.
You're at 23, which is much better than 13, let me tell you. Right then, the bee-men are looking confused and confuzzled by the reaction of their master, which means they're going to lose a turn.
Yay!
Except for bee-man number 3, which is already on the bridge of the ship, and is going to try and duel you in an epic pirate ship-like duel. So he actually uses his bees that composes his being bee to create some sort of a scimitar-like sword.
A cutlass.
A cutlass, and he's going to challenge you to a duel with your own cutlass. Do you accept the challenge?
You dare challenge the great mighty pirate, space pirate zombie cyborg, Dimitri? It is time that I send you to Davy Jones's locker.
Okay, you two are engaged in an epic battle of epic proportion, and you know what? I'm going to have you roll against each other for this. This is awesome. Let's do it.
18.
Okay. 10. You win this. You win this round, you scoundrel of the 7 seas.
Oh, wow. He must have got the wrong insult.
Okay, so I guess that works.
It's a pirate. It's an insult pirate duel.
Yes. Okay, so this is what the Fetus Taster says next. Duel Savage Enjoy Collarbone Howl Aerial.
Very appropriate, and the B-man motions very appropriate. You fight like a cow.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
Actually, he cannot say that, but he actually motions that with his gestures. With,
yeah, I can imagine now.
I'm actually going to roll to see if he succeeds in communicating that. He succeeds! The message is loud and clear. For now, Fetus Taster, from now on, the Fetus Taster subtle thief who does all the bad will be forever known as the Fetus Taster, the subtle thief who does all the bad and fights like a cow.
It doesn't quite work because he has not married people with those last names yet. He's been married 12 times.
It's an honorific. It's an honorific.
Oh, it's honorific.
I mean, it's the opposite of an honorific. It's more a symbol of shame, but it's forever your name now.
So it's a shamerific then.
Shimorific. Yeah, sure. What the hell?
Or a
by the way, Dimitri, what was the roll again that you did?
18. I did.
Okay, with a roll of 18 versus a roll of 10, you're able to damage him for I guess. I don't know how much damage your Catalyst does, but we'll say it does 5.
Alright.
So it takes 5, and it goes from 24 to 21, 20, 19.
I'd like to know how is a duck able to hold a cutlass?
Well, how is a duck able to have a flowing blonde hair? So yeah, you know what? One of those mysteries. Anyway, so it's Dr. Agabe time. I'm going to unleash now my ultimate attack. Prepare to die. And the imaginary crowd just gasps.
God save me!
Gasps in suspense and shock. There is a collective gasp. Shut up, you. You should be gasping. The mighty of Dr. Agaby. And the crowd goes like, oh, I see, because he ruined it. He ruined the moment. Shut up! Oh, swear to God. So, Dr. Agaby unleashes the swarm. Essentially, all of the bees that are protecting him, including the bees that were forming the Bee-Man, are just unleashed towards you and fill the entire room. And they each give you 10 damage.
Oh, wow.
So we each take 10?
Each take 10. Oh, yes. So,
okay,
Valistor...
I am going to try to consume as many of those bees as touch me.
You know what?
I mean, you're kind of attacking my shapeless, absorby body. I mean,
Okay,
damage, but...
Roll
sure.
for that.
Okay, so a 3 is not going to do it, because I cannot roll a fucking dice to save my life.
You consume nothing.
Yeah, I'm at 30.
That's been the story of my night, hasn't it?
I'm sorry,
much.
boss.
Okay, so to recap, Valistor, you're at 13.
Yes, 13.
Dimitri, 22.
Yep.
Fetus, 14. And Alice also 13.
Remember, I used the points to increase my maximum stamina before the HP before the
Oh
battle.
yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry. Right. So okay. Bad news: you all took massive amounts of damage. The good news is that the entire armor has been completely dispelled, and now before you stands a defenseless Dr. Agaby with no protection whatsoever, and without it, he's just a normal guy. And he says to himself, I probably should have thought this through better. And along with the laughter track of the crowd, you can also hear a wah 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 sound.
Object happiness fanatical export 1 begin.
Okay, guys, it's your chance. Attack like you never attacked before. Even if you roll low,
The
you
enemy
will
is down.
definitely...
It's time for an all-out attack.
Okay, Persona 4.
Give
Right.
me all of your energy.
Everybody, just hit. Hit like you never hit before.
Right then. Okay. So do we
I'm
take it in
afraid
turns?
because every time I roll the dice for something tonight is big awful, so I'm gonna end
Okay.
up putting myself wounding him.
Just attack. Just attack. Just attack the fuck out of everything.
Okay, so I'm going to eat my Swedish furniture and fire it at them.
Okay, after the most cumbersome and difficult thing to eat is being eaten, which is quite an undertaking considering how big the furniture is, and you spit gigantic, heavy instructional manuals written in Swedish towards the target of Professor Agaby. And you also get splinter in your mouth. It's quite painful.
Yeah, I kind of hope.
Professor Agaby is hit for oh, what the hell? 10 damage. It hurts. He's less than a soldier. He's less than nothing. He's hurt like hell. So yeah, this is, if you want to do something epic, this is the moment to do it. The guy is just so screwed.
Yeah, that's the most I can think of without, unless you wanted me to dice roll something.
No, it's not necessary. You hit him and he takes the brunt of it. He's completely defenseless and befuddled, and he's not a fighter, he's not anything.
Right.
He just gets it. Come on, who's next? Alice!
Mommy's now angry. And I take my mixed shackles and jump and scream like a maniac. Ah! Right through the head.
You jump on him, he creates a cartoon dust cloud.
You really are going Persona on this.
I guess I'm going cartoons on that. How much did you roll?
9.
You know what? Yeah. He takes the full damage of 8. So I guess he goes to There it is. Okay, yeah, he's looking weaker and weaker by the second. Who's next? Fetus, do you still want to roll for the proficiency points?
Sure. Oh my god, it's a 15.
Okay. You know what? I'll allow it. You get 4 proficiency points on the spot. You get to 20. You can do your thing.
Oh no!
Should we be running?
Yes! Probably.
Okay.
Okay, before you do that, I'm going to need you to roll, and for the love of God, please roll high.
What? Who should roll?
Fetus Taster. I know you're going to...
Okay, you just see Fetus's, body start to rapidly expand.
No. It actually has a very definitive thing, and it's not that. I have to describe it because you have no idea.
Okay, so is 14 good?
It's just below 15. Okay, so here's what happens. Here's what happens. First of all, what is the move you've unlocked, Ross? Describe it to us.
The Brood. The description that was given to me was, oh god, no, and says potentially dangerous. Stamina costs 10.
Yeah, you cost 10. It's a world-ending move, but it can backfire so easily. Okay, so
you gave me Giga Slave. God damn it.
No. No. Okay, so it's titled The Brood. Remember that. So how many of you are familiar with the early works of David Cronenberg?
No, I don't know.
It's a good time. It's a good time to know about things. So, Fetus Taster, your non-physical, maybe physical appearance starts to convulse violently, as if suddenly possessed by something. You start to twist and emitting inhuman sound, and everybody looks at you because the sounds are shrieks of pain, and they sound so disgruntling and upsetting. Even the crowd is upset.
You're the exception, honorary finite sad landscape.
You're painful, and then all of a sudden you start bleeding, oozing blood out of your capital orbs, so all out of your very being, just green ooze and blood and placenta and disgusting, horrific things just start to emerge from your entity. They are covered in slime and blood and gore and various organs badly put together. Inhuman figures start to emerge from the black hole of your body as they take shape. They are still connected to you through a disgusting, gross umbilical cord as they all just emerge and they are erect. There are like 5 of them, and they are like abominations of nature that should never be conceived. They are made of all the fetuses and the larvae you have consumed so far. Those are your babies, Ross.
Oh man.
Those are your brood. But unfortunately, since you rolled below 15, the brood attack everyone and everything in the room, including you.
Okay.
Okay, so one of them attacks. I'm going to do a roll to see who gets attacked. I rolled very low. So okay, so 2 of them, they just gang up Dr. Agaby because they just don't like him for some reason, and one of them attacks you. And the other one attacks... who gets attacked? Everybody roll.
Okay.
With the exception of me?
With the exception of you.
Attacked.
Yeah.
Okay.
15.
18.
And? Matti?
17.
Okay, the one with the lowest roll gets attacked by the disgusting brood abortion baby.
Oh, that's me!
Yeah, so everybody's getting attacked. They are mowing down poor Dr. Agaby. They are mowing him so bad, in fact, that his holographic mechanism is destroyed, and the flower disappears, and the queen bee resumes her, normal
Badassery.
Equilibrium. She sees the spectacle unfolding. She sees the monster attacking Fetus Taster inexplicably. By the way, because of the monster, you take like 5 damage. You're almost
okay. Fetus Taster is still alive.
Yeah, not for much. It's a good thing the queen bee is around. In fact, and also the VAR.
Yes.
You still roll relatively high. You didn't fail, so you take I guess also 5 damage.
Okay, I've got 11, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. I got 6 health.
You actually had 13, I guess.
Well,
Hemlock was set up last dictator.
As for Dr. Agaby,
yeah.
As for Dr. He gets, like I said, mowed down, beat up, brutalized. The queen bee at this point, the battle is over, by the way. There is no way he can survive that. The queen bee just realizes what's going on, and she intervenes and just destroys and pulverizes your brood babies with mighty punches of badassery. She kills everything, and she stands tall at the battered and bruised and bloody body of Dr. Agaby, whom is still miraculously alive.
Sure, take all the credit.
Yeah, she's like America during World War II, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I said it. It cannot be unsaid. Anyway, so now a cutscene unfolds. So you see, this is what happened to you. Why? Why couldn't you stop? Dr. Agaby just looks up at her, looking serious. The crowd audience is still on, by the way. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm going to mute the crowd audience because this is a serious moment. Okay. You do realize that I could never replace her. I could never be her. I am my own person. Thank you, Ross. But you could never accept it, could you? She was pure. She loved the beast so much. She needed to be preserved. She needed to be saved. You could not save her, Doctor. It was not your fault. Move on. I can't move on. I cannot live without her. I cannot live without you. Come back to me, Margarine. Please, come back to me. The Queen Bee, I am not Margarine. I am the Queen Bee. I can never be Margarine. I am just me. He just breaks down in tears, just cries, tears mixed with blood, thinking about what he has lost and can never be recovered, and is just left there in a pool of his own misery, up until he just exhales the last breath and just dies because he was beyond repairing after the mowing he received from the brood babies. So, and as he dies, the Queen Bee just dramatically walks away, not looking at him. And I guess you guys follow suit because you have no reason to stay.
I do. I'm going to consume his body to erase it from existence.
The Queen Bee is going to stop you very firmly and just. And even though you're somehow intangible, she's able to tangible you very well and drags you away. So, not consuming for you. So
Lavender abducted alibi martingale heaving whisper.
okay. So this is okay. So this is the epilogue. We are once again on the.
Before we go, I turn to the camera and say, "Cognitive dissonance, the inability to accept change. This is what it causes. This has been Alice Vikander, Weaving Waterworld."
Okay, this is giving you a nice. Okay, this is actually contributing to your character arc, I guess. That's good. Right, so the epilogue takes place once again on the Honey Star. You're all reunited once again in the central room. There are jags and edges everywhere still hurting you. Still holographic imagery of pointless things. And the Queen Bee is not even looking at you, but she's going to explain what's happened. Dr. Hagaby had a daughter. Her name was Margarine. She was apparently really into bees. One day, she died of tragic circumstances, and I was built as an attempt to replace her. But I could never be her because I just had my own because, you know, I can look similar to her, I can be an idyllic version of her, bee theme and all that, I can be a lead star in his make-believe movie about bees, trying to recapture the joy of playing with his daughter and pretending they were playing with the bees and all of that. I could never truly understand the guy. All I knew is that I was not her, and I did not want it to be her. And aside from creating me, I owe nothing to the man. I could no longer just stay there. I had to leave. I had to move on. I had to make my own way into the world. This would break his heart, but as broken as his heart were, that's nothing compared to how broken his mind was. It was just beyond the point of no return.
Angel, celebrity, grateful, apparatus, propeller, examiner.
Yes. Well said. Truly well said. I mean, if she had the ability to shed a tear, she would do so, but she can't because A, she's a robot, 2, she's too badass to shed a tear. So yeah, I guess it's time for me to give you compensation.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Valistor says, like she was deep in thought about things.
Isn't it sad how we are all just subjugated by our own feelings and emotions, and this sometimes leads to great joy, but it also leads to great sadness. This condition, this human condition, is just sometimes too much for me. And yet, I feel like I wouldn't want to live in any other way than just to experience things as they come.
Empire conservative ambush wilderness breakable sauce.
I know you're trying to be funny, Ross, but you actually sound in this exchange. You actually sound genuinely deep in somehow. Everybody actually nods in appreciation of what you just said. It was a great, well thought out, well spoken sentiment you just shared with the group, Fetus Taster.
Yeah.
Everybody has more respect for you now. Okay, so actually she gives you a bit of recompense, which is not anywhere as near as she promised. It's just a bunch of coupons for the local human-themed fast food chain restaurant, so you can get all of the Canuxican burglars at 10% off. That's what you get.
I was totally expecting the Cowboy Bebop ending.
So, Fetus Taster is going to call ahead and order 500 of them and never pick them up.
Oh, You evil dastardly fiend. Okay, so at this point in time, you guys are left with a choice. The Queen Bee will explain the choice. You guys are free to go. Although, you know, I wouldn't mind. This has been fun, all things considered. I mean, we had a brief moment of fighting, and it was mostly you fighting and I intervening at the last time, but you guys are good. And you know what? I don't get the chance to interact with many people, if you allow me to be real for a moment. I don't have any friends. They are either too scary, intimidated by me, or they just think I'm some sort of cute toy before I kill them for thinking. So thank you, Fetus Taster. I guess those larvae were very good. So I don't have any company. So I wouldn't mind if you guys were to choose to become my stable crew and have more space adventures with me. It's your choice.
Daughter plus gluttonous slippery bull rip cluster.
Which means?
He is actually going to stay on, as he is currently looking for a new wife, and he is not picky on any particular race or anything.
Okay. The Queen Bee, Fetus Taster, does all the bad OTP, I guess.
Yeah, so
it's a good thing she does not understand you.
Yeah.
But you know who can understand you?
No idea.
Kilgore has returned! And what is this nonsense about taking new wives? I thought we were an item, Fetus Taster!
Yeah, Valistor just
Cuddle, heretical, privileged, amazement, honey, bump.
Oh, that is a completely convincing argument. Okay, I'm sold.
Yeah.
I shall present the ceremonies.
Yeah, Valistor is going to just try and shove that hand into her things again.
That's okay. So what does everyone else have to say about the generous offer that of becoming the stable crew of the Queen Bee for the foreseeable future and have many more space adventures of learning experiences and whatnot?
Well, it does making planning the show easier. Sure, I follow you. I see.
Okay, what about the duck?
Well, he just says, well, we can all be our own stars from time to time, and we all can't copy other stars in the system. So, what I'm saying is that to be or not to be, I shall be ever at your service.
Everybody, roll for not falling asleep.
Oh god, I've got about...
Fetus Taster is asleep.
I've got...
that you could tell.
I rolled an 11.
Just
7.
barely made it. And you?
Alice?
I rolled 7.
Okay, so Fetus Taster, Alice, and the Queen Bee all fall asleep. Valistor is the only one left, and
left awake, and I didn't get to answer her about whether to stay or not.
You just noticed something interesting, that if everyone else is asleep, so who's piloting the ship?
Well. Oh gosh! Do I know how to drive this thing? Valistor says.
Roll.
15.
You are the new pilot. So as you hit hyperspeed, you go into new adventures as your companions are all falling asleep, except for the duck who's still talking to himself. And as he talks about his many adventures, you enter hyperspace, activating hyperspeed. And you have a nice Star Wars style exiting the scene of the spaceship and credits.
You just had the logo of Hyperspeed Heroes, then credits.
And credits. Yeah, it's done, everybody.
So long and thanks for fees.
Oh,
so long and thanks for all the fish. Yes.
Valistor didn't get to answer.
Okay, for a second, I hope you were going to say, "Wait a minute." If the Queen Bee is asleep, Fetus Taster is asleep, and if Alice is asleep, and if the duck is still talking, then who's piloting this ship?
Well, I did think that when you said
Who's driving the car? Bear is driving the car. How can that be?
So I guess.
You mean that in this future there's no automatic piloting?
Well, you see, she knows she learned how to pilot it, but she doesn't know how to activate the autopilot, which, come to think of it, would have been a useful thing to roll for, Devar, but it's too late. It's done. I'm going to assume the spaceship will crash horribly at the beginning of the next episode, whenever that might happen. But for now, this is the end of Hyperspeed Heroes, the pilot episode. So, thoughts, comment, criticism? Give me.
Honestly, I think you designed a little too much content. I mean, generally speaking, we're way over the scope of our normal playtime. We're like an hour over just to make sure this doesn't bleed into 2 sessions. Well, so my comment is you went a little too long.
Well, here's the thing. I thought I actually had planned this cleverly, just moving along in between scenes. I actually had to shorten up the first round of the boss battle. But, why do you think I gave you all of those advantages and all of those crazy moves to actually get the fight over as fast as possible?
I know, but again, you basically... If you had just done the bee encounter without, like, the peons beforehand, like, maybe give a couple of rounds of, like, training... before he got serious.
The reason why I did that is because I wanted people to have the chance to get enough either stamina points or proficiency points to unlock some ability.
Yeah, it probably would have gone faster if we had thrown good.
Yeah.
Honestly, for our standards, considering the saving time daylight thing has kicked in, which means we had to play 1 hour more instead of less. Considering all this, we did make quite a good time.
Well, I thought it was all pretty fun in its own right.
That's all I wanted to do. That's why I wanted to make a fun campaign.
And I think I'm the only one that didn't actually get an upgrade to my abilities. And secondly, Fetus Taster actually lived up to his name.
Yes, their name.
I had to.
Definitely.
He did all the bad at the end.
Yeah, did extremely bad at the end. Somehow I knew it would end like this. I envisioned this specific scenario in which the fight is ended because you activate the brood. Yeah. Okay. So, I guess that's it for our current one-shot campaigns of the Yumeverse.
Hold on, we still have Marty's,
right?
Yeah,
still mine.
Yeah, we have April the 1st next week.
Yeah, and after that...
First, then Marty, then we return the beachside proper.
Okay, that's the idea, but everything is, again, connected with the Yumeverse. And speaking of things that are connected with the Yumeverse...
Yes.
Alice, you remember when you botched that perception roll way back at the beginning when you were looking at the hair of the queen bee?
Yeah.
Okay, if you had succeeded the roll, you might be able to notice something, an important clue. An important and also very disturbing clue. The hair that was placed atop her head is actually real hair, real human hair. Huh. So take that of what you will. Now, you see the doctor used to have a daughter.
Yeah.
Daughter is dead. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I get the implications.
Also, something that I forgot to mention as a joke is that in this particular zone of the universe, pirate activity has been slowed down significantly ever since a certain demon lady with one robotic arm pretty much destroyed an entire fleet of pirates by somehow convincing them to answer to the same phone call all at once. That would have been a nice little detail to connect this campaign with the Yumeverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting you to shoehorn that character in some way. I was just like, here's the running thread.
No, what I did shoehorn instead, and none of you noticed.
Was the reference to Demonox.
Yeah, I was going to say that that was a nice Easter egg to Demonox's campaign.
Yes, well, that's my link to the rest of the Yumeverse. Now it's everything interconnected.
Except my campaign, it still does not connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, me and Devar have been discussing this, and it will be connected. Don't worry about that. So anyway, it's very late now because of the daylight savings.
Exceptionally late. We're still streaming, you know.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so I guess this is our final goodbyes before we resume D&D activity next week. And Ross is DMing once again, so nothing as wacky or as simple as this one. By the way, what did you think of this system I've adopted?
Again, it serves a very similar purpose to Ugly. Basically, it boils down the very basic rules of D&D to a easy to understand
it's more simple, though.
And simplified basis. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it feels like you, in order to have any type of individuality of your attacks, it's purely role-played, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it can make characters feel very samey functionally. So that's the one concern I have with that. That's one thing I wanted to try to avoid with Beatside when I was creating it.
Well, this is a system mostly designed for comedy scenarios.
I mean, it works for comedy, and it does also work for a one-shot like this.
Exactly. And that's what I wanted to do and try. Like I said, this is an heavily house-ruled version of an existing house-ruled version of etc., etc., etc.
Yes.
The anime campaign setting actually has even more interesting features called the epithets, but it works specifically for that setting. And this is not that same setting. And it was going to complicate matters for me. So this is my first time DMing, so keeping things relatively simple and comedic. And like I said, I am all about creativity in finding solutions to things and funny ideas and comedic improv. That's all we're doing. And if there is development of a character, it's mostly accidental and not planned, which is fine because there was something along those lines for Alice. At least.
Yeah.
Now she's reinforced her conviction about eliminating cognitive dissonance. Whatever pretentious thing that means.
Also be very careful about, generally speaking, from my experience, trying to run comedic campaigns usually works poorly for long-term campaigns. Generally speaking, the best for one-shots or very short-term. And if you're going to
that is why I plan to do just the self-contained episodes of this series and not long-term campaigns. That's
because it's one of those things that you usually create a character with a specific joke or couple punchlines in mind, and once you go through that material, what else do you have to do?
Yes, but one thing that should keep you want to play more of this game is find out what other crazy abilities you can get when you level up your PPs. For example, you got the end of the world move that's very dangerous, as I said.
Yes.
So there is a silver lining. I mean, it has clearly problems. If you want to play a super serious long campaign, this is not the system to use. But if you want to just have fun, and with comedic improv and friends and just going crazy and have a good time without stress, without eating at each other's throats, so to speak, this is the right campaign to just unwind and de-stress, so to speak.
I mean, literally, I barely did any actual role-playing at all through that.
Well, that's because you decided that your character could only speak that. You might want to fix that for future campaigns. You might want to be able to say real words.
Yeah.
Can Fetus Eater write?
She can try, but I wouldn't suggest that. Also, she needs to date her first, buy her dinner. Damn it. Anyway, so again, this is the conclusion of Hyperspeed Heroes for now. I plan to do more episodes and one-shots of this particular series, again with this comedic setting. Now that I've taken a bit more confidence and I don't have to do one-shots. So, yes, thank you for joining us, everybody. Once again, this has been your DM, Madhog the Master, who, considering everything, did an half-decent job.
I'd say so.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's certainly, you were the closest so far to, getting the one-shot requirement and, having it run relatively well.
Okay. So, again, this has been Madhog the Master. I've been joined by Ross Ferris playing as Fetus Taster, etc., who fights like a cow.
Oh, God.
And the Varak Varun, who played Valistor.
Yes,
And
that was me. That was me. And I did very little.
And also Matthew played Alice, the Oracle of Ontario, with a cloud surrounding her head. Matti?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I did.
And finally Danton, who played the freaking zombie pirate cyborg duck with flowing blonde hair. Whom, by the way, we will have to decide what happened to your mighty vessel at some point, but not now. Good night, everybody. See you next time. Hyperspeed Heroes, ahoy!
Goodbye and take care of
Night,
yourselves.
everybody.
Night.